I'm Bob.
And I'm John.
From Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Check us out, episode 22 now.
Coming to you from Homebrew Studios, it's Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour with your host, Bob Katie.
And John Picarillo.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome aboard.
Thursday, March 5th. March already, which is good because we got to get out of this cold.
When I think about March, I think about warm weather.
Well, nothing's been warm yet.
No.
You know? Every time we seem to think... We think the 30s are like breaking out swimsuits and tank tops.
Yeah, that's what I'm
stuff.
thinking, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't so long ago, I remember it being 11, and the sun was shining. I was like, whoa, yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This is my boomstick.
That's right. That's right. My boomstick was out in full force. The sun's shining. Sometimes, even on a cold day when the sun shines, you just feel that springtime magic.
Unless the wind.
And then the wind comes and kicks you in the face.
How would you like to suck my balls?
I just saw a picture today that I'd love to. I wish it could all work like all social media works really well together now. But I wish it could be like that. Like you do that, and then I post that picture that I showed you.
Yeah.
The kid. That would be funny. But you'd have to be watching real time for it all to be really, really funny. But you know what? I'm learning. I'm getting there.
To be really, really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with that is that the podcast, people can listen to it anytime.
Yeah, I know that.
If we were like in real, if we were broadcasting in real time, that would be bunk. Real
Oh,
funny.
hey, are we ready here? Because I've been putting this off.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
Feeling better now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're feeling real good.
That's right. Loose and buttery.
Now.
Army.
Loose and buttery army.
Looking for loose and buttery army members one at a time.
That's right.
I ran into two today. I hope might be checking this
Yeah?
episode out. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. There's
That'd be
interest.
good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we talk about what we did before? Get that? No?
Oh, or the
That's exciting to me.
business cards?
Super exciting.
Yeah, business cards.
I've had the ones for the band.
Yes,
But we're still
151,
working on stuff for that.
where you can find out 151online.com.
That's right.
There it is.
And this one here, we have a lot of little things going on. So I'm excited to hand people cards. And it has all the information that we spew pretty regularly on the show.
Oh,
Right
it's got our whole spiel, which
the big spiel on the back.
with, you know,
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Goes like
that.
this.
you can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram. Or
you can find us on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
so rather than saying that every time I meet somebody that seems like they might be interested in the show, I'm just going to hand them a card.
Boom.
That's right.
Right
Bam. Here, look, just take this. You want to find out any of those things? Just go there.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Making candles.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
That's right.
Yeah, the card will be nice. Boom, right there.
Yeah.
And for all the graphics that you're seeing, all the artwork and our logo and everything, we got to give a huge shout out to Chris Seacott.
Yes, Chris
Our friend
Seacott.
Chris Seacott, who's
Thanks, bro.
who did stuff for us way back in the
High
day
school.
in high school
Yeah.
for the band.
The original
And-
logo had his artwork in it.
yeah, our original Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour with the guy playing the guitar.
Yeah. That was
we
a
still
high
use
school
on some
poster.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a high school poster.
That's right.
I just took out the wording and put that in there, but that drawing is Chris's.
Right. We like
And,
authenticity.
Yeah, and he's going to have
We certainly want to give credit when credit's due,
he's going to be giving us some more.
which is Bitch.
Yeah. And you know what? He always we hardly have to give him any information, and he comes up with stuff where that would just he seems to know exactly what we want.
Bing in the boom with a bing in the boom.
Yeah, it's just
it.
like, hey,
It's like,
can you give me a quick and he something right back and you know, it all ends up good. But we're gonna have we got some business cards.
Yep.
We got a couple of pens for ourselves, notebooks. I got a mouse pad.
I was telling you, I think what I want to do is like every once in a while, just randomly set them down.
The cards,
Yeah.
business cards.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, we got enough of them.
I'm going to do that then.
You're going to be going through them like.
Yeah. I'm going to carry them around with me because I've run into a bunch of situations. People that are doing the same type of thing that would have been interested and definitely checked it out. So I'm going to do it.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
That's right. Never hurts to advertise.
Never does. No. And we got some other things cooking video-wise, too. Should we mention that?
I know. We're working on it as we speak. I kind of didn't want to do the show, people, because I'm so into this other thing.
Tell them about it. We'll go.
There's this technology called green screen, and we're embracing it. And we're hoping to have more video stuff from Homebrew Studios.
Homebrew Entertainment.
Yeah, the full
to
Monty.
do with the podcast.
So
and
it's like
band.
the green screen is partially started, and we had to cut it short to start the show. But we want to. There's going to be some cool stuff we're going to do with the green screen if it all works out as planned, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be neat,
without a doubt.
And you're going to see us on the YouTube channel that way. And,
yes, absolutely.
You know, and we're getting towards.
We like to open up our podcast in the YouTube channel. I know we're not up there visually. You don't see us doing the podcast, but we do open it up with a video of us saying, "Hey,
and
we're working on it.
We're working on it
every week. We get a step.
You might be able to watch the show someday.
You will. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
It's coming soon.
We're working out all the wrinkles.
That's right. Hey, we only get so much.
You got to start somewhere. And you know what? It's crazy. When we're starting to shoot these shorties for which episode, and I'm like 20, 21. You know what I mean? And we start, so then it registers that, like, because it's a weekly show, 52 weeks makes a year, we're coming up on an anniversary. We're halfway to an anniversary.
You really got this anniversary thing.
I do. We're going to have a celebration, ladies and gentlemen.
This is my boomstick.
You got that right. We're going to have a celebration. I got a very special list of things that I want to talk about on the anniversary special. And 1 year, hey, 1 year in any business, reason to celebrate. Not to mention something that we just pulled out of our ass to start, and we're still doing it a year later.
You dumb son of a bitch!
You dumb son of a bitch.
And it's only getting better.
It is. Each step, hey, we're moving along with technology.
Tell you, the ergonomics of this station is fantastic. We've come a long way, baby. Well, yours.
The chair.
I was looking for ergonomics immediately.
My ass is on a bar stool, which is good. It works. But when we get to about the 40th minute of this thing, that's when my ass goes numb. I need a.
I think you and Jay were talking about backs.
Well, you need like that.
A little support.
Yeah, like the chairs we have up in the kitchen that are like bar stools, but they got the full Monty going on. Yeah, that's what we need.
Do it, man.
Yeah, it costs money.
I'm all about ergonomics.
Hey, we're building our $15 green screen.
I think it's going to be pretty awesome, too.
It's
well on its way. It's calling me right now.
Go to Walmart
it's like,
and get
come
it
over
all.
here and finish me, man. And do a video tonight and put it out. So when this is up, people will know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I can't even stop thinking of all the things I can imagine going on in the background. Star Wars. I mean, everything. There's just so many things.
Wow.
Oh, we can't take all that? We can't do that?
I don't.
Yeah, there's some sort of copyrights, of course.
Probably.
Of course, I can't. I'm not as free as I think I am sometimes, but
He's not afraid to think he is.
that's all right. Hey,
You dumb son of a bitch!
You dumb son of a bitch.
we have no problem making videos, so I'll do that then. If I have to star in my own Star Wars video,
You can say Star Wars.
I will.
You're not going to go to jail for that.
All right.
You know?
There was a time we were hoping to get sued. I remember.
I don't know if we were hoping to
Yeah.
get sued.
It would give us a little publicity.
You dumb son of a bitch!
You dumb son of a bitch.
I don't know if we were looking to get sued, but
All right, you primitive
That's right.
screwheads, listen up.
you can find us at Bob and John's podcast at gmail.com or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram. Or
you can find us on our Facebook page or our oh, there it goes. You can find us on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel at Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
All right, zip it. All right, zip it.
It's Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin.
Well, I got the shit kicked out of me in Wisconsin once.
That's right.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
That's right. That's right.
You know what time it is, folks?
What time is it? Oh, you know what time it is!
Loose and
Woo!
with your host, John Picarillo.
Woohoo!
Damn, I'm good!
How would you like to...
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Jackass.
I'd like to remind everybody that that's 151, our band playing that song.
That one is 151.
Any new listeners, sometimes I forget. Like, I always think it's general knowledge, but
Yeah.
wait a minute. Not everybody's listened to every episode, so
Not everyone.
that's our band right there. Original, no cover stuff. That's out of this studio.
Yeah.
The full Monty. We just,
Oh, yeah.
just put it together, and that's one of the things I wanted for my episode intro, for sure. And I dig it. Makes me fucking feel groovy, baby. Groovy.
You did that.
Yeah, baby. I'm on fire.
You
So
did
excited.
that.
We've been going about this all wrong. This Mr. Stay Puft is okay. He's a sailor. He's in New York. We get this guy laid, we won't have any trouble.
Now, we're allowed to swear on the show.
Yeah, we are.
We just try not to. That's
Yeah,
all. That's why when
we're
it comes out, sometimes it has to.
Yeah.
That's it. Sometimes it has to. Every once in a while, when it slips out, it's kind of funny, I think.
Well,
we're
sometimes
trying not to.
we get worked up. And
Yeah, you get a little fired up.
And I'm not going to take this anymore.
and then shit flies.
Right.
We try to stay away from the F word.
Try. Sometimes it's just right there.
There's a lot of shit and
Yeah.
assholes going on, but that's all right. We
'Cause
find that harmless.
We all got that.
Yeah.
You know? It's not uncommon.
No, it's not.
Assholes and shit. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Everybody
Take
does
a
it.
big step back and literally fuck your own face!
We let other people say it for
Yeah,
us.
that's right. Other people can say it for us. Well, anybody that knows that song is the intro for Loose and Buttery.
That's right. We're
And
loose
I've
and
learned from time to tell what it is. So
Today's Loose and Buttery is.
today's Loose and Buttery is boat nap. That's
Boat
the story.
nap.
It's boat nap. And I'm
Story
I'm
time.
using this because the spring feeling is really nipping at my nose.
You were going to say nuts, weren't you?
How would you like to suck my balls?
He's joking around. Feels so good when he jokes.
Boat
So
nap.
I want to think about boating because it's one of the favorite things in my free time to do. Absolutely love boating.
Yeah, summertime boating.
Get out there, just my shorts, and that's it on the boat. And take her. So we had a long discussion before we started the show about the year,
Long discussion.
and we have decided it was in roughly 2006.
Yeah,
We're
roughly.
within a 2-year window here. We know because we're
Yeah.
trying to judge by what boats we had
Yes, because we know the pictures. And,
at the time. They come, it comes and goes.
yeah.
But it was one of the first, maybe, probably the top island weekends that we were bumpered up next to each other
Okay.
with the boats on Sand Island on Sagamdogga Lake.
Yeah, I believe, was it a band? Was it one of the band weekends?
Yep.
Okay, it was a band weekend.
It was a band weekend, actually. That doesn't mean the whole band were hanging out on boats.
No.
I
believe it was
the island
my boat.
party. It was
your
island
boat,
party. Yep.
and then next to you,
Tom and
Diane,
Diane,
Mike and Laura.
Yeah, Mike and Laura.
And I believe Steve and Mary had
I
the
do
big
believe that was it,
34-foot
yeah.
boat at that time.
Yeah, all.
And there might have been somebody else on the end. I don't remember. But
Well, we had people on both sides connected forever because we were.
yeah,
I think there was at least one year I got out there Friday night, and there weren't too many people.
I think this was when
That-
I think this was one of the ones where we got out there Friday
Yeah,
night.
we secured location.
Yeah, we secured
Because the party was Saturday, and
it gets full
and
fast.
Captain Carl's used to put on a show, and still
Band.
does if the weather permits.
Yeah, they used to do it twice a year. I think maybe they did it twice last year.
They bring out like 4 boats.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? There's 2 with latrines because there's
Yeah.
a lot of people, and it's great that they
Porta
do that.
potties.
You know what I mean? Rather than everybody, because everybody busts on Sand Island being Poop Island. You know, some of the folks that I hang out with down at my end say that, and it's really nice that they do that. It costs money to do it, but it's necessary when you have that many people on the island to have some porta potties out there, and they boat them in literally. It's not something.
Just remember the people down by your end that it all flushes.
Yeah,
down
well,
to them
we're the
eventually.
last one, so
You get all the shit.
Well, hopefully it's been cleaned up by the system of the good Lord.
The natural,
the natural
flush.
filtration system.
It's like a big natural flush.
Yeah, but there would be no. If Sand Island was the worst polluter, there's nobody that's not in distance harm's way, really. So anyway, it's great that they do that, and they bring out a couple boats. One, that big yellow one, I don't know. That's kind of like that bar.
Yeah,
It's like the bar's there, and then another one where the bands are.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind playing that gig. That'd be kind of fun. But anyway, the bands come and play on the boat, on the water, on the island. It's bitchin'. Good time. And we got there Friday night, and I remember having a bitchin' good time. Once everything's anchored in and having good, once you're secure for the night, you got a great spot for the great weekend coming up ahead of you. I brought firewood on the boat because it's kind of hard to find firewood on the island.
That might have
sometimes.
been the year that Tom on Steve and Mary's boat fired up the mudslides.
There was a lot going on. Sure.
Yeah.
That might have been the one I broke your chair.
Oh, that was the year you broke my chair. My favorite chair.
I got a picture of that. We can post
Jackass.
that sometime. The sand, it adjusts and it moves.
You dumb son of a bitch!
You dumb son of a bitch.
So Friday night,
That's actually my picture on my phone when you call.
Yeah?
You stand because
yeah.
I made him stand on the island holding this broken chair that was my favorite chair.
It's pretty funny.
His drunk ass. So whenever
pretty
he
funny picture.
shows up, his
I like it.
favorite chair.
I was looking good. I was at one of those times where I was working out. So I don't mind looking at it. Yeah. So we stayed. And Saturday came along. Now, there must be... Now, I'm running into a roadblock here because it must have been a day... Like, we maybe got there Thursday night.
No.
It's possible. I would have done such a thing.
No, we didn't get there Thursday night. I've never spent 3 nights on the island.
Was there ever a time the party was on Sunday?
No, this
Because
was
we
a
would have had to
Saturday.
have been there during the day to make this story accurate.
Yeah, we stayed over Friday night,
Yep.
and this was Saturday.
Yeah.
And this was right...
No, I
The-
couldn't have gone to bed that early, though. Like, it would have been dark.
Do I have to tell the story?
No,
Am I
I'm gonna
taking this
tell-
over?
No, I'll tell this
It wasn't.
story.
Dark. It
but
wasn't dark. The band had. It was like 5:00. The band had just. Stopped.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Now. Yeah,
Remember
you're right.
me,
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and Tom were standing up. Like when the band stops at 5:00, that place becomes like mass exodus. It's like everybody
super dangerous
clears out.
too.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of anchors and the boats were
Ropes.
4
Yeah.
deep, and it was chaos.
Everybody just cleared out like it was like, and we
Chaos.
didn't go anywhere. Yeah, so I remember me,
We
you,
were
and
standing.
Tom standing towards the back
because the party's
back of
all
the
day
island.
long. That's right.
Yeah, and watching
Saturday, the party's going on all day long, drinking,
Yeah,
listening
yeah.
to music, swimming, sun, all wearing you out.
Yeah.
You're right. Everybody takes off.
Like when 5:00 hits, the music ends and everybody goes whoosh. By like 5:15, everybody's still like all the extras that came out are gone.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Which I wasn't expecting.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
So I normally don't drink during the day, so it was kind of awkward because everybody left the island, and I was kind of drunk. And I remember looking forward to the evening.
To the fire.
Yeah, the having a fire, because I brought firewood.
You
and
were
I wanted to
very
be-
upset beside
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I was really like, I was, because I knew I was gonna miss it.
You were
'Cause-
hammered at
Yeah,
that
because
point.
it's hammered, and it was still daylight.
Go back to Jay's first episode and listen to that one. That's what John was.
Yeah. Well, the sun and the any booze and
We were drinking Cabo. We had mudslides.
everything,
We had,
whatever.
yeah.
People just handing drinks to you
Yeah,
constantly,
it was-
all day long. Yeah, you don't even know what you're drinking half the time. I could have been given those roofies and not even know it.
Well, that.
So, anyway,
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
Bob says, "Why don't you take a nap?"
I was like, hey, because he was very. I'll, if I don't mind.
Go ahead,
interjecting.
Interject.
He was very angry. He was like, he's like, he was literally almost.
I'm
like
gonna
this,
miss
like,
I'm gonna miss the fire. That's the whole problem. Is
He was so
miss
upset.
the fire.
Well, it was more like this. I'm gonna miss the fire.
I didn't want to miss the fire.
And I said, why don't you go take a nap?
He
take a
said it
nap.
just like that. Why
I
don't you just go take a nap?
Go take a nap for a couple hours. It'll be dark, by the time you get up, no problem.
Yeah. I was like,
Actually, I don't even remember you saying anything.
No.
I went and I think I literally looked over the other way to talk to Tom, and then I looked back and you were gone, and the doors to your cabin, your boat cabin was shut, your cuddy cabin. I was like, I guess you went and took a nap.
I did. I took Bob's advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the beautiful part of this story is I woke up and it was daylight.
He woke up about an.
I was mad as hell, and I can't.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Because I thought I missed the whole thing, the whole
I woke you up.
Because evening on the island, you have to admit, is really a unique.
Yeah, I woke you. I
situation.
woke you up. I had just made dinner, made a bunch of hamburgers on the boat, on the
You had that
grill on the boat.
Yeah, you had the grill on the boat.
So I got 2 hamburgers and some chips and put them on there. I knocked on his door and he knocked. Hey, wake up! And he came and he's like, all right, okay. So I got a couple burgers for you. Put it down on your seat there.
So I was like, sweet, but
Yeah.
I'm pissed off because
Yeah.
it's daylight.
You woke up and he comes out and he's angry.
Yeah. I was like, this is bullshit.
Mad as hell.
I told you I wanted to hang out at the fire tonight. That's what I wanted.
Last night you were
And
saying.
let's not forget that I woke up feeling 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't buzzing or
Like an hour
hungover
nap
or
made, like,
anything. Oh,
crazy with
I
him.
was feeling 100%.
Yeah.
And suddenly it became known to me that I only slept for 2 hours. Maybe not even.
Well, the funny thing is you didn't catch on that I'm handing you hamburgers and it's not breakfast.
Well, it didn't make any sense. You eat whatever you get.
Oh, I missed the fire. I wanted to go to sleep with the fire. You and your damn nap. I'm like, John, we haven't had, it's only an hour later. Huh?
one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was so friggin' excited. I don't even know what to tell you. I took a 2-hour nap and I woke up and it was still the same day.
Son of a bitch, you old sailor, you.
We still had a full night. I was fully energized. I was straight as an arrow. The big night was coming, and I was ready to
break
rock and
my
roll.
chair.
Well, that's why your chair got
Jackass.
broken. There was nothing that could stand in my way now. Not even that aluminum chair. So that was my story about the sweet
First,
boat nap.
take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Nice shooting, Tex.
My chair.
Yeah, you were angry about the chair. I still think it's funny.
Yeah, right there, pal. Right there. Yeah.
Pardon my French, but you're
But you're an asshole.
Exactly.
That's right. What's going on?
Exactly. So is that the story?
That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, and I gotta mark it off. That's most important in the book of John and or Loose and Buttery is to track these things.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Random music from 151 right here.
This is Loose and Buttery.
Human sacrifice, dolphin can putting together.
Yeah. And
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
half a dozen broken sticks. And this one, because of the bell.
And that was Loose and Buttery.
Love it. I love that groove, man.
Love that groove.
I think we got to make it. Well, we're working on it every day. I'll never let that one go to bed.
Nah.
I love it so much, it's going to always be evolving.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at Bob and John's podcast at gmail.com or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram. Or
on. Wow, I was just really distracted right at that moment.
why? Because you got to have something. Yeah, distraction over there. All I want to know is you follow my directions. I put a big note up there that said soaking with a big arrow means don't touch
Let me
this.
finish this up.
Okay.
Or you can find us on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. On the other end of this.
I like
Cricket,
that.
cricket, 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 cricket.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Oh, that wasn't the Highlander.
No. The Highlander.
You lost of all Highlander.
Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
I should have got the first part of it because the first part was even funny where he goes, "You're the best." Losers always whine about their
I'm
best.
surprised you didn't select
I'm surprised I didn't either. I don't know what
whole
happened
thing.
that one. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
That's right. Wow. That last one was difficult. I think every podcast, it's how many times or even once can we get through our email, Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 with getting it all down in one shot.
Well, that's
without
why I thought
falling
we
all
would have
over.
made a cart for it.
But then we lose this part of it. The spontaneity.
Oh, I see.
Remember, we went through this conversation. We lose the spontaneity of it.
We have talked about it.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we're sprechen Sie the same lingity.
Well, I'm glad we're sprechen the same lingity.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
How would you like to suck my balls?
Your father's brother's nephew's cousin's roommate. I missed one. I think I missed one.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Former roommate. They're still not roommates. They're former roommates. Yup.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
That's right. Making candles.
And now it's time for...
do you have something for that? I forgot.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Hey, I'm on top
I
of
thought
shit.
we were up to speed here, but I wasn't sure.
I'm on top of shit. You know what I
Okay.
mean? This is a quickie I had to throw together, but it's something.
I know.
It's always a progression. It's always in motion.
Yeah. I'm not even going to talk about timing.
No, this is this is going to be the story behind the pick.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Like that?
Yeah. That works.
That's our intro for story behind the pick. I'm going to jazz it up a little bit more, but
yeah. Well, it's always time. There's always room there for.
there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
And
that's good.
And these can be found on Instagram.
The picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you follow us,
Twitter.
Twitter, Instagram, and our Facebook.
Okay.
And we put up a picture.
Yep.
And, I
Randomly.
randomly.
You don't even know why.
Yeah. Well, I usually put up to it like, why is he doing this?
Yes.
Or what is, or why are these people?
The last one
what's
was
this?
my hot pepper.
Yes.
It
was the hot
wicked hot pepper.
pepper.
Yeah. It was a pepper.
Pepper. So if you have been
Jalapeno.
following us, you know, and you've seen this picture, and you know that it was leading up to this podcast and the story behind the pick.
Oh, wait, I forgot to mention this. Tom Dukowitz?
Yeah.
I got an email, and he doesn't have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, before he
You
moved-
mentioned it in the last podcast.
Yeah, okay.
With Jay.
So when okay, I'm done then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, zip it.
Just wanted to make sure it got out there.
The picture
You
is
Instagram following you old seal, are you?
he got an Instagram account, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
We talked about that.
Hey, I will repeat myself more than once.
Damn, I'm good!
That's right. You got to know.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Well, it's like I said before. The problem is, I hope everybody. My dream is that every listener eventually listens to all the episodes, but it's not possible for everybody. They don't have time. So I'm glad if a new listener comes on board, listens to an episode, and jumps on board from there on out. But I keep forgetting that I can't assume everybody's listening has heard every episode. So if I
why we gotta
repeat
explain
myself,
things that
I'm
we do.
sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Well, you should.
Jackass.
That's right. Okay.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Now you see. Now if you're following us,
that
you've
one.
seen the picture, so you know it's of my podcast partner here, sticking his head sideways out the window of my van back in the late 90s.
Very much like a dog would.
Exactly like a dog would.
Well, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
That was my objective. It
Yeah.
was like, why do dogs love to put their heads out the windows and just make that silly face where, the
Yeah.
wind's kind of taking their lips and wrapping them around their
Flapping
ears? So, yeah, I tried it. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Sure. You want to take a picture? Fine with me.
And I do believe I was the picture taker.
Which means you were hanging out the window too, so
Yes,
that doesn't
I
make
was.
me any crazier. As a matter of fact, it makes you more crazy because your back of the head was facing the other way. What if a friggin' sign came up next to you? Dong!
Well,
At least I knew
we
it
were
was
on the
coming.
throughway, so I don't think it was that.
All
bad.
right, well, hey, just because the picture was me looking silly doesn't mean I was the craziest one there.
I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Uh-oh. He's got a phone call going on here.
Yeah, it's craziness. I got to check this out.
And, yeah, sorry about that. We had a little podcast mishap.
Houston, we have a problem.
That's what we had. That's exactly what we had. We had an emergency phone call we had to pick up. We
That's
usually
right.
try to keep away
Those
from all
happen.
that things, but
Look, we pretty much got the part with the fax finder kind of honed down. I think we got it a little bit better than our first couple episodes.
yeah.
But the emergency phone call, we don't have one on staff for that. We gotta.
Yeah, sometimes we have to handle that. And,
on the fly,
you know,
baby.
That's right. Hey, sometimes you got to put the old cape and mask on.
Dun, dun, dun! I am Captain Chaos. And this is my faithful companion, Kato.
That's right.
That's right. We had to do a little
what we
Captain
do.
Chaos there and suit up and
It's
go.
been my philosophy for quite some time now. I feel like I have, I've lost track, but I'm in the arena of 5 full-time jobs. That's what.
All right, zip it.
That's another time. We were in the middle of the story behind the pick.
That's right.
You sticking your head out like a dog and me taking a picture
Yeah,
of it.
opening my
On
hair
our way-
blowing,
on our way to
mouth
Buffalo.
open, eyes kind of squinty closed.
Yeah. Actually, it was
It's a
the same.
classic picture. I love that
It's
picture.
the same weekend as the previous pick of the story behind the pick.
It was
that same weekend.
Great weekend.
We went to Buffalo to see the
lot of
Kansas
fun
City
right
Bills game in 90. Oh, I take that back. That was 94. Yeah, that was 94.
And it was awesome.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the dog picture looks great. I think
Yeah.
it's cool. And why wouldn't you? That's what I realized from the whole experience is like, why did dogs do that? So I decided I was going to do it, and Bob took
Wanted
a
to do
picture
it.
doing it. So I tried
And I
it
think
out.
everybody was drinking mimosas. too.
Yeah, well, of course we're drinking. It's a road trip. I mean, that's why. That's why we have one driver.
That is correct.
Otherwise, we'd share responsibilities. But
You dumb son of a bitch!
You dumb son of a bitch.
and yeah, you know what? It's fun. If any of you listening have never stuck your head out the window of a
Like
car,
a dog.
like a dog.
Did you get
and
any flies or anything?
No,
Any
I didn't get hit
mosquitoes?
with any bugs. I mean, I ride motorcycles, and I've been hit with bugs. That's what I was like anti-helmet, even though it's the state law.
The law.
So I used to use the smaller ones with no face, and pelting with bugs is a big problem with that.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, like I think what I want once I get I don't have a motorcycle right now, but once I get another one, I think I want the little beanie helmet.
Uh-huh.
I do want some protection, like I don't want minimum, but I want some pretty decent one. But then there's the face mask that looks like the skull. Did you ever see that? That looks like a
But
skeleton.
you had your regular helmet on when you got in the
yeah, I had a
crash.
full. I had
You
a full
Monty.
helmet. Yeah, the
Yeah.
the best protection.
Well,
you
it's
can
hard to
have.
have the cruisers are riding on a Harley type of small helmet when you're riding on a rice rocket like you were.
Right. No, I didn't do that. On the GSX, I wore a full.
And good thing
full
you
helmet.
did.
Yeah, that was a good idea, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But I don't plan on having another bike like that. That was like a race bike. I'm done with race bikes. I just want to cruise, and cruising is still dangerous. That's why I want adequate protection. especially because I have to. I will admit that if I was in a state that didn't require helmets, I would probably ride without one.
Yeah, you riding that bike was like going in Wisconsin.
It's Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin.
Well, I got the shit kicked out of me in Wisconsin once.
It's hard. That one's a hard one for me, the helmet one, because we're not far. Maine, no helmet law.
No?
No. New Hampshire.
Never had a motorcycle, so I never been on the top of my info list.
I guess, I know it's smart. I have always had a problem with people saying you have to wear your seatbelt.
Don't even get me started on that.
Helmet.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
So that's my perspective on that. I mean, I know it's better. I know it's better, but I really like the United States stance on freedom, which is...
Yeah, well, it's getting less and less.
I know. I don't want to talk about it either.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
We didn't build it into this show, so we can't talk about it.
No. This could be a whole nother show.
It will be a whole nother show.
Yeah. We don't want to get on. We just don't want to get involved with that particular one.
Joking around.
Okay.
Feels so good when he jokes.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
So is that the story behind the pick?
Yes, that is the story.
That's the whole story, nothing but the story, huh?
Yep.
That and the hot pepper all in one weekend.
It was a great weekend. I mean, classic weekend. Classic.
Yeah, it was. Steve got really paranoid and left the restaurant, went back to the hotel room.
That's peculiar.
Because he got freaked out. Oh, my God.
There's going to be consequences and repercussions.
I don't see any more road trips coming up with Steve.
You can't even pry him out of his house. What is all these people we know that we can't pry out of their houses?
I'm not really sure about that. But we're close. We have some leads here for one.
Yes. Well, we'll have an update next week for that
totally
one.
Understand.
So.
All right, Zippit.
Yep.
All right, Zippit.
I guess that
primitive screwheads here. I thought
we got to get out of here.
You got to take us out.
What are you doing?
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at bobandjohnspodcast@gmail.com or
at Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram. Or
on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Look at that. Woo, we did that one.
And there's going to be some killer stuff coming up on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, and
you'll dig it.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it last episode. We did put up Glenville Vice, our infamous movie that we did back in college. Had fun. It
was our first production. Wasn't called Homebrew Studios at the time, but
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was just
but
boredom and a video camera.
When I started setting up the green screen, I realized that nothing's changed.
Technology.
Other than that.
Yeah.
With you and me, this is the kind of stuff we've always wanted. We always do. That's what we want to do. This is what we like to do.
Stems from the music.
Yeah.
Creating.
We like to play music. We like to.
This just happened because we were just like, hey, we have these conversations. For some reason, for a while, we wanted to do a podcast. We talked about it.
Why waste our time just talking to each other?
Yeah,
we can share it.
But it never dawned on us to like, hey, why don't we just do the regular conversations and stuff?
Yeah,
And I kept saying to myself, well, I did go to radio school, so I guess I could could get the format going.
I do believe
that
stuff.
So hey, here we are.
Honest.
21 episodes later.
Yeah, working on
Working on a chain gang.
That's right.
22 episodes, sorry.
And trying to gather
Our
one
nuts.
loose and buttery
How would
army
you like to
member
suck
at
my
a time.
balls?
Yes. A loose and buttery army member.
One at a time.
One at a time. That's right.
So I think that's about it.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Crickets. Crickets.
The crickets is the worst part. I like everything until the crickets.
Well, sometimes I feel that we put this thing out there and it's like
you
crickets.
feel that way, but doesn't mean it.
It's the live musician in me that the internet's great and everything. You put it out there, but as a live musician who's played in bands, you're used to getting instant feedback from what you're literally doing on stage.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you get excited and you put something out. It's just kind of cricket.
Well, pretty soon we're going to have some new stuff from the band, though.
Yes, we are.
Aren't we going to put it right on the show?
Sure. Yes, we will.
I would hope so.
Yeah, relatively soon.
Yeah.
Within the month.
Yeah, real close.
Yes.
I like that.
Real close. Real close. And by the way, if you do want to go check our stuff out, past and present, you can go check it out on 151online.com.
That's true.
Yes.
It's there.
Yep.
That's
And our
stuff
email address and everything is right. Our Twitter, our Facebook, everything is right there. You can go through the website at 151online.com and find everything you need to know about the band and everything else.
We hope to have some tour dates soon.
Tour dates.
Bob laughs at me.
But this is tomorrow.
I didn't know
Tomorrow.
how to mention it, but we're a new adventure. That's all with the band. We got a new step going.
There'll be exciting new things coming along.
Yeah,
it's
on my mind. That's why I can't keep my mouth shut sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you can talk about it.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't.
Right.
That's just how it rolls.
I totally understand.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Shut up!
Well, because you're always walking around.
This is my boomstick!
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
See, now the boomstick. It was funny. I asked you yesterday. I wish I could tell the whole story here. But I wanted to say, did you use my boomstick when you're out there? But
He's joking around. Feels so good when he jokes.
But it wasn't the boomstick. It was the crowbar. Because there's a bar out there that we
Explain the wood cutting area.
That we snap logs from being frozen together. And it's metal. And that sometimes I think of it as my boomstick also. But the boomstick is a wooden. It's actually broken
measuring
now.
stick.
It's a measuring stick, and it's got a mark on it, and it's at the max log length for the splitter.
Log length.
So, it's kind of strange because the boomstick that we've come up with on this show is the measuring stick.
This is my boomstick!
But there's another one out there that's solid steel.
It's a pry bar.
It's a pry
Big
bar.
ass.
Yeah.
Like
and growing up,
almost 6 foot pry bar. I want to say.
Growing up, my dad had one of these, and you move things with it. Rocks, logs. You move anything with it. And in another sense of the word, that's also my boomstick because that thing's wicked cool. Very aggressive to move things.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
Yeah, that's right. So that's kind of like I get torn with stuff like that. Like Bob knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say my boomstick because that's my measuring stick. But the other one, that's a hell of a boomstick too. It's sort of like having a .22, a shotgun, and a rifle. They're all your boomstick.
The funny thing is, maybe this is a little. No, it's not kind of off topic. It's phrases we use in the podcast are loose and buttery. If you put it all together, not no spaces, but put loose and buttery like we do it on Twitter and Instagram, we are the first things that pop up on Google.
I like that. That's good. That means we came up with something original.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who look at loose and buttery and wonder if that's like gay porn or something.
I don't know. I think you were really worried about that in the beginning, but I think it's as funny to other people as it is to me. And it's funny to me because, there's a lot of connotations. I think sexual connotations is involved with that, but at the same time, it's also other things. And that's kind of what I tried to describe in the beginning. It was like, this is just like chill. That's basically the way I look at loose and buttery. It's just chill.
Chilling.
That's right. Just chilling out, loose and buttery.
Chilling like a villain.
You know what I mean? If you want to be loose and buttery about your recipes, good. You want to tell stories and be loose and buttery about it, like not be restrained, not be shackled by FCC, say, for instance.
Well, for us, loose and buttery is story time.
It's story time. That's the way I feel about it. I try to come up with story time with loose and buttery. And loose and buttery is my favorite thing. I love the music. I love the stories. I want to be a better storyteller.
We might unveil something else as a opposite of loose and buttery.
Well, I'm always afraid of unveiling
things. We won't say what it is, but it's funny.
I know.
If you follow us and you are a loose and buttery army member,
right?
And you follow us and you know the loose and buttery thing,
we got to get
the
pins.
next one will be funny. Will be real funny.
We got to get pins. I am a loose and buttery army member.
Pins.
I love that stuff. Jesus. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's totally fun. Boom, 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 boom.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
I did. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
Damn, I'm good! Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost?
You come 151 this summer, you're going to get a little bit of that.
What, that?
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost?
You know how
Is that what you're talking about?
Do you know how we warm up for band practice?
Yeah.
I feel
I'm there.
I feel like when we play out, there's going to be a small section that we do that, and I think that's going to be our signature.
Loose and buttery?
Well, I'm just talking about the jamming thing. Like I just jam.
Oh.
Just a jam.
Just the jam.
Just the jam.
The butter with the jam.
Yeah, that's right. And we can definitely call it loose and butter if you want to, but
loose and buttery?
It's a jam. That's the way we fire up band practice. And I'll tell you what, it's so fun to hear us jam, and I see no reason why other people wouldn't feel the same way. So I believe in our show, it's going to happen. We're just going to jam. If everybody's into the music, I mean, we want to play stuff for people that like what we like, the music that we listen to. They're going to be familiar with it. They can sing to it. They can dance to it.
Well, I'm glad we're sprechen Sie the same lingity.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's pretty much where you're headed, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
But
yeah.
I totally foresee a jam session and people digging it.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's what I see.
Is that what you see?
Yep.
Okay. I'm with that.
I'm glad you like that idea.
Yeah.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
For the last time.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com.
Or at Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram. Or
you can find us on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel at Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Send us your ideas. Send us your critique. Send us your just to say hello. Tell us you're live. Tell us you're listening.
Pictures.
Well, we know what kind of pictures you want.
I like pictures.
He's joking around.
Feels
so good when he jokes.
Joke around.
All right. I think it's time to wrap this one up. Do you think so?
I believe that's the case.
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
That's right. That's a hot item, Bob.
I believe that deserves us. And I think we'll say goodnight on that, John. Say goodnight, John.
Good night, John.
Stadler? Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much. Chico!
Well, that sounds like a hot item, Bob.
It's Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin.
Well, I got the shit kicked out of me in Wisconsin once.
Hey, this is John from Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Check us out, episode 22 now. If you haven't, get on it.